Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever stopped to listen to the conversation you have with yourself? The one that starts the moment you wake up and continues all through your day. It's that inner dialogue, those thoughts that shape your attitude, your actions, and ultimately your life. The power of self-talk is often underestimated, but it is one of the most influential forces in determining the course of your life. You see, the words you speak to yourself are the foundation upon which your entire life is built. And just like any solid foundation, it determines the stability and strength of the structure that stands above it. The words you speak become the house you live in. Let that sink in for a moment. If your words are the bricks and mortar of your life, what kind of house are you building? Are you constructing a mansion of possibility and success, or a shack of self-doubt and limitations? Your self-talk shapes your beliefs, your decisions, and your outcomes. How you speak to yourself will dictate the actions you take or don't take. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," then your actions will follow suit. But if you speak words of encouragement, belief, and power, then you'll start to see your life change in ways you never thought possible. Here's the truth: success is predictable. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's the result of disciplined thoughts and disciplined actions. And it all begins with the way you talk to yourself. Think about it, your inner dialogue is the lens through which you see the world. If that lens is clouded with negativity, doubt, and fear, then that's how you will experience life. But if your lens is clear, focused, and filled with possibilities, then you will begin to see opportunities everywhere. The key to transformation, the key to unlocking your true potential, starts with the words you speak to yourself. So, I challenge you to think about this. What kind of conversation are you having with yourself right now? Are you speaking to yourself as someone who is worthy of success? Someone who has the ability to overcome any obstacle? Someone who is on a path of growth and improvement? For the next 3 days, I want you to pay close attention to your self-talk. Listen carefully. If you hear negative or limiting thoughts, don't let them take root. Replace them with words of power and possibility. Speak to yourself as if you are already the person you want to become. Because the moment you change the way you talk to yourself, you begin to change the way you see yourself and the way the world sees you. What is one thing you've been telling yourself that has been holding you back? And how can you reframe that thought to empower yourself instead? Let me ask you another question. How often do you catch yourself thinking or saying, "I can't," or "I'm not good enough"? Do you realize just how powerful those words are? They are the silent killers of progress. They slowly chip away at your confidence, at your belief in yourself, and at your ability to achieve the success you desire. You see, negative self-talk is a thief. It steals your potential, your dreams, and your ability to take action. It convinces you that you are limited, that success is for someone else, but not for you. And that's a lie. The major key to your better future is you. But how can you expect a better future if you're constantly speaking to yourself as if you're unworthy of it? Here's the truth: negative self-talk doesn't just affect how you feel. It affects the choices you make and the results you get. If you believe you are incapable, you won't take the actions necessary to move forward. If you believe you don't deserve success, you'll sabotage your own progress. You see, your inner conversation has the power to dictate your reality. But there's good news. You have the power to control the conversation. And that's where the magic happens. The first step is awareness. You have to recognize when negative thoughts begin to creep in. "I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. Why even try?" These thoughts are normal. They happen to all of us. But what separates successful people from others is how they respond to them. When you catch yourself thinking these limiting thoughts, don't accept them. Challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? If your mind says, "You're not good enough," you respond with, "Good enough for what?" I'm on a journey of growth, and I'm capable of learning and improving every day. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And that direction begins with changing the way you talk to yourself. The next time those negative thoughts try to creep in, stop them right there. Don't let them take root. Replace them with thoughts that empower you, that move you toward the person you want to become. Speak words that reflect your potential, not your limitations. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough to do this," say, "I am more than capable of figuring this out. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth." Speak words of empowerment and watch how your actions begin to align with those words. But here's the thing, it takes practice. It takes commitment. Breaking free from negative self-talk isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily choice, a choice to replace self-doubt with self-belief, a choice to silence the inner critic and amplify your inner cheerleader. For the next 3 days, focus on recognizing when negative self-talk arises. When it does, consciously shift your thinking. And over time, you'll build a new habit. A habit of thinking and speaking to yourself with confidence and optimism. What is one negative thought that regularly holds you back? And how can you reframe it into something empowering that will help you take action? Let me share something with you that is both profound and incredibly simple. The words you speak today will shape your tomorrow. The words you use to describe yourself, your life, and your future are not just empty phrases. They are the foundation for the story you're telling yourself. And that story is the blueprint for the life you'll build. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But I would challenge you to think about this. You are also the average of the words you speak most often. If you speak words of strength, courage, and belief, that's the life you'll start to build. If you speak words of doubt, weakness, and defeat, that's the story you'll continue to live. Now, let me ask you this: how often do you affirm your greatness? How often do you remind yourself of your potential? Most people have no problem affirming their doubts and fears. We do it automatically. But we must intentionally affirm our strengths, our abilities, and our future. This is where the power of affirmation comes in. Affirmations are not just empty words or wishful thinking. They are powerful declarations that shape your mindset and guide your actions. The more you affirm your abilities, your goals, and your vision for your life, the more you begin to believe in them. And once you believe in something, you begin to take the necessary actions to make it a reality. The power of positive thinking. But what does that really mean? It means intentionally choosing to think thoughts that empower you, not limit you. It means deciding that, despite the obstacles, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are destined for greatness. Here's an important concept to remember: you cannot outperform your self-image. If you see yourself as weak or incapable, that's exactly how you'll show up in the world. But if you see yourself as strong, capable, and filled with potential, that's how you'll act. Your self-image is the lens through which you view every challenge, every opportunity, and every possibility. So, what if you could change that self-image by changing the words you speak about yourself? What if, instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," you began saying, "I am more than capable of achieving my dreams. I have the strength, the determination, and the discipline to succeed." It sounds simple, doesn't it? But here's the thing: simple doesn't mean easy. Rewriting your story with words of affirmation takes practice. It takes commitment. And it takes a willingness to challenge the negative beliefs you've held about yourself for years. Here's a powerful exercise I want you to try for the next 3 days. Start each day by writing down 3 affirmations about yourself. Speak them aloud with conviction. Don't just say them, believe them. Speak them as though they are already true, because the more you affirm them, the more they will become true. For example, you might say, "I am capable of achieving everything I set my mind to. Every challenge I face is an opportunity for growth." I am worthy of success, happiness, and abundance. You can create your own affirmations that reflect your goals, your values, and your vision for your life. But the key is consistency. Do it every day. And watch as the words you speak begin to change your mindset, your behavior, and ultimately your life. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. And it all starts with changing the story you tell yourself. It's time to rewrite that story with words of strength, power, and possibility. What is one affirmation you can start saying to yourself every day to shift your mindset and strengthen your belief in your potential? Now that we've explored the importance of self-talk and how to break free from negative thoughts, there's one crucial element that determines whether all of this really works for you: consistency. Let me ask you a question. How often do you allow yourself to slip into old habits? You know the ones I'm talking about. The self-doubt, the negative self-talk, the words that limit your potential. We all do it from time to time. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to maintain consistency in their actions and their self-talk. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Simple disciplines, like speaking kindly to yourself, like practicing positive affirmations, like reinforcing belief in your own potential. It's not the grand gestures or the one-time efforts that lead to success. It's the small, consistent actions repeated over time. The same goes for your self-talk. When you consistently affirm your worth, your potential, and your capabilities, you start to rewire your subconscious mind. But here's the key. Consistency is the key to making this a lasting change. It's like watering a plant every day. If you only water it once, it won't grow. But if you nurture it every day, you'll see the results over time. Think about it. If you tell yourself once, I am capable of greatness, but then go the rest of your day allowing doubt and negativity to take over, you're not creating a powerful shift. But if you consistently speak to yourself with words of belief, encouragement, and positivity day in and day out, you will begin to see the results in your life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. This is the same with your self-talk. Your goals may seem far off, but consistency in how you speak to yourself will create that bridge. Over time, your self-talk becomes not just a habit, but a powerful force driving you toward your dreams. Let me ask you, can you commit to speaking to yourself with positivity every day? Can you commit to replacing every self-doubt with a self-belief? It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Each day you get a little better. Each day you shift just a bit closer to the person you want to become. Consistency in self-talk also has a profound impact on your results. When you constantly affirm that you can achieve your goals, that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of greatness, your actions will reflect that belief. You will act with confidence. You will take bold steps. You will make better decisions. And as you act in alignment with your empowering self-talk, your results will improve. Taken consistently over time. It's the small things that nobody sees that bring the big results, he said. This is true for your inner dialogue. No one sees the conversations you have with yourself, but they determine everything. Consistency will be the key that unlocks your potential and brings your vision to life. So, over the next few days, I want you to focus on consistency. Be intentional about your self-talk. Make sure that every thought and every word you speak to yourself is aligned with the person you want to become. Don't let the negativity slip in, and when it does, replace it immediately with a thought of belief. What is one small but consistent positive affirmation or action you can commit to each day to strengthen your self-talk and help you stay focused on your goals? As we approach the final part of this journey, I want to ask you something very important. What does the best version of yourself look like? Think about it for a moment. Who is that person? How do they think? How do they talk to themselves? How do they show up in the world every single day? You are the only problem you will ever have, and you're the only solution. Let that sink in for a second. The person you are today is not the person you're destined to be. You have within you the ability to evolve, to grow, to become the best version of yourself. But it starts with you. I want you to understand something. The best version of yourself isn't a far-off fantasy. It's a decision you make right now. It's a commitment to take action. It's a commitment to elevate your self-talk, your habits, and your mindset every single day. The best version of yourself is not an end goal. It's a continuous process. It's about becoming just a little bit better than you were yesterday. When you speak to yourself with belief, when you break free from negative self-talk, and when you consistently affirm your worth, you begin the transformation process. But to truly become the best version of yourself, you need to take ownership of your growth. You need to decide to put in the work, day after day. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. The direction you choose starts with your self-talk. How you speak to yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Your thoughts and words will shape your actions, and your actions will create the life you live. Let me ask you another question. Are you willing to make the commitment to becoming the best version of yourself? Because that's what it's going to take. A commitment to consistently improving, to taking responsibility for your mindset, and to focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your words, and your actions. The best version of yourself doesn't arrive by chance. It's created, piece by piece, through the daily choices you make. It's about choosing to speak positively to yourself when doubt creeps in. It's about taking action when fear tries to hold you back. It's about staying disciplined and consistent when the road gets tough. But I'm here to tell you that you are more than capable of achieving this. You are the sum of your own choices. And those choices, made consistently over time, will lead you to the life you want. So, I want to challenge you to take the next step. Over the next 3 days, speak to yourself like you've never spoken to yourself before. Affirm your strengths, your capabilities, and your potential. Replace every ounce of doubt with belief, every fear with courage, every hesitation with action. You have within you the power to become the best version of yourself, starting right now. What is one thing you will do today to take action toward becoming the best version of yourself? What small step can you take to ensure you're moving closer to the person you want to be?